Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well and welcome back to another variety pack opening here on
Madden Mobile.
As you can see, I've got 37 golden unopened packs to open for you today. I'm going to talk a little bit about NFL as well because I don't think there's anything going to be amazingly well pulled out of these packs here. But we're going to be talking about a little bit of NFL as I'm kind of opening these up just to keep it a little bit more interesting for you guys as well. And also guys, if you could just please just drop down in the comment section down below which NFL team you support, that would be awesome. Also, what is your best pull so far on Madden Mobile? So let's talk about the NFL season now. Depending on when this video will go up, week 1 has been and gone, and there was a few surprises, some really good plays as well. Obviously seeing the current Super Bowl champions Patriots being beaten fairly convincingly in that final quarter as well. I was going to say it was a quite an even game, but I mean, was it? I mean, the Chiefs were just, Smith was on fire, and Hunt as well definitely looks like he's going to be a player to watch throughout the season. For me, Pats just defensively looked awful. We then obviously had Buffalo Bills beating the Jets. I don't know. I presume everyone's seen that was going to happen. I don't think many people had the Jets to win that one. What else we had? We had obviously Atlanta beating Chicago as well. 23-17, I believe that one was. The Bears. Yeah, it's fair. I watched as much highlights as I can. Obviously for me, the Bengals look in trouble, massive trouble. They just put absolutely nothing up against the Ravens at all, just 20-0 I think it was in the end, and just a shocking performance. Browns against the Steelers, I mean, it was close, but it always seems the same for Browns fans. You know, next year's the year, we're going to rebuild, and next year's the year. Very young team this year, but you know, that's not a bad start against Steelers. 21-18 wasn't the worst start in the world. Detroit beating Cardinals. Then we had Houston. Would not like to be a Houston fan at the moment. I don't know what there is to be happy about. I mean, Jaguars just destroying the Texans. I mean, they just took. I think it was like the third quarter before before Houston even showed any kind of fight in them really at all, which was much too late. Rams. I think the Rams for me were the team that looked most convincing. I mean, they were against the Colts, which, to be fair, you know, isn't the strongest team in the division, but it was still a very convincing match altogether from them. Green Bay didn't look overly convincing. I mean, I know they did get the W over Seahawks, but wasn't overly convincing. Minnesota beating my boy Drew Brees is in my draft team as well. You know, I was kind of hoping he would do a little bit better, but the Saints just not picking up the win there. Minnesota just too strong for them overall. Raiders, I think, picked up a victory as well. Obviously we had the bye as well. Obviously the Buccaneers versus the Dolphins, didn't see anything going to week 2. We'll move into week 2 as well. At the time of recording this video, what's going on? Pat's picking up a victory against the Saints again. Fortunately, Drew Brees getting a few points on the board for me this time round, but nothing to kind of sing and dance about. I'm going to see if we might pick up something remotely decent in this pack, but obviously not. What else did we see this week as well that kind of really stood out for me? I think the one game that looked the most, I wouldn't say surprised me, but I think the Titans versus the Jaguars, I think that was a really good match. I mean, Tennessee just making the most of the possession of the ball really on offense. To be fair, it was quite an actually, when you look at the kind of stats and everything, and actually when you watch the match back, it wasn't as one-sided as the score really suggests. It just means that they were just more clinical on the day. Buccaneers obviously getting off to a winning way. Obviously having a bye in the first round. Also the Dolphins getting a slight win. It was a win. A win is a win, isn't it? 19-17. Raiders again, a very solid performance for them. Buccaneers defense holding strong against Dallas. Really good weekend this, I think, so far for NFL football. Some really good games. Atlanta obviously beating Green Bay as well, which some might have thought Green Bay might have come back strong and put in a good performance. They did not. Well, it wasn't a bad performance, to be fair. Just the Falcons just did better. Rams losing out to Washington. Rams were my kind of pick-out team from week 1. Week 2, not so much so. I think it was the... not too sure. You kind of think Oakland Raiders, but at the same time they were only playing the Jets, whereas Denver did it over Dallas. So I think Denver's victory was the better of the two and the more dominant of the two as well, because it was against a slightly more superior team, as some would say. Are Jets going to win a game this season? Anyone actually foresee the Jets picking up a W this season? That would be quite interesting to let me know your thoughts in the comment section as well, guys, on that one, because I don't know if I can see one coming or not. But surely they can't go the whole season without winning, but where is that? Where is the win going to come at? Where is it going to come at? That's what I'd like to know. Where is the Jets' first victory going to come? If you could actually just leave it now down below, who do you think the team is going to be that Jets beat in their potentially one match, or what you think their record would be throughout the season? That would be very interesting for me to collect that information and let you know in the next video as well. Obviously, just open up these packs in the background, guys. Again, as I mentioned, nothing probably going to be too overly amazing in these packs, but I thought, you know what, let's open up some more packs, see what we can pull today, and talk about a little bit of NFL while we're doing that as well. So it'll be interesting to know your guys' thoughts on who you think, as player-wise, is performing well as well. Who you think's performs really well from that point. Obviously, in terms of standings at the moment, I mean, it's obviously far too early to be looking at them, but you know, you've got the likes of Broncos and Kansas as well, both 2 victories. Raiders as well, I think they've got 2 victories as well. Colts not looking good though, 2 losses. Same with Bengals and Browns. Ravens and Steelers obviously picking up 2 wins as well. Dolphins have got a win, but obviously got a game in hand as such as well, along obviously with the Buccaneers as well. They've got a game to obviously still play. There's still some games to play this week as well. Obviously the Lions not playing their second match just yet, but we've got obviously Falcons, Panthers, they're picking up 2 victories. New Orleans Saints 0-2, not looking good so far for so far, along with the 49ers as well. I mean, 49ers aren't a team that most would kind of rave and sing and dance about, but 0-2 isn't the best season way to start the season, is it? But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on who has kind of been the standout player for you at the moment. I mean, it's kind of really hard to pick out, I suppose, like one player really for me. I mean, there's been a lot of solid play and a lot of kind of, I suppose, rookies have not done terrible this year. You kind of always think with you know, first season syndrome, are they going to really struggle to kind of get involved with the game? Are they going to really struggle to kind of, you know, pick up maybe the pace of the NFL and even potentially, you know, the strength aspect? You know, are the kind of people that are in their first season going to really struggle? But there has been some players that are kind of, you know, that have kind of stood out above some of the other ones, and have actually kind of gone, you know, a little bit further and started to kind of really show that they are actually ready for the NFL in this first season, because it's a big risk for the coaches to take on players. Realistically, when you think about it, you think they're going to be risking, you know, a match on somebody so young, so unproven at this level as well. It can be, you know, game changing, and it could be within a big call sometimes that can come back to haunt coaches, but at the same time it could also be ones that come back to make the coach who they are, showing that they've had belief, you know, in their players really, and in their ability, and just, I suppose it's harder, I would say, in some aspects to come on. I think if you're going to start a rookie, just start him in the match. It's got to be easier that way for them, rather than coming in and trying to make a point, you know, kind of later on in the game. But yeah, I mean, standout performances this season so far. I mean, it's really early, but Crabtree's been pretty impressive, I think, anyway. Obviously for the Raiders. I mean, Gronk had a pretty decent game for the Pats, along obviously with Tom Brady, obviously at the weekend. Anderson as well. Anderson's he's been another player that's kind of been putting in some really solid performances, and I mean, it's not like, I suppose, that maybe you weren't expecting it. I don't think people, maybe they weren't not expecting it from him, but it's definitely, you know, first 2 games and he's been putting in some good yards. I think you know, he's ran a decent amount already. I think in the last one it was like nearly 120 yards he nearly ran in the last game. He's in my, no, he's not in my team, is he? No, for some reason I thought a minute then I thought he was in my my draft, he's not Montgomery's in my draft, and he's not had a bad start at all. He's had a pretty decent start for Green Bay, and yeah, I mean my defense wise, I mean I have Broncos defense in my draft. Not terrible. Buccaneers is looking slightly better at the moment, but again, there's still a lot of time to kind of for that to change. But for me, yeah, I mean, I don't know, Crabtree, Nelson, and Sanders. I think in terms of wide receivers, that they've been you know, over the 2 weeks. I think I'd say they've been the ones that are well, they've definitely this week. They've definitely been ones that kind of proved me this week. I think Antonio Brown as well. He's had a decent time of it, along with what's his name? I can't remember his first name. Hill. I can't remember what his first name is. But he's really impressed me as well. So there definitely has been some kind of, you know, stand out. It'll be interesting to kind of, you know, hear what your thoughts are on it as well. Kind of who's been impressing you. I mean, Hunt obviously had a very good start. To his kind of, yeah, just very impressive. You don't kind of expect him to kind of what's the other little as well? I can't pronounce his name. Coheen Heath. Again, both kind of first game potentially could have been a bit of a fluke, but wasn't. And you know, he's put another decent performance in again. So it's not like he's a one-trick pony, I suppose you might say. You know, but obviously it wasn't as good as the first one. Wasn't obviously anywhere near as good as the first game. That was just absolutely insane. But we are hoping that this last few packs. Now the go pack, I was kind of expecting to think big from this one. Probably not though. But you know, I mean, obviously his first game was really. His second game not as much, but it's still very impressive nonetheless. Let's have a look, see if we can actually pick up any shake and bake from this last pack. I've not reacted to any of these pack openings at all because there's not really been anything overly amazing to kind of react to. Let's have a quick look now. Can't see any shake and bake, which is slightly disappointing. I was kind of hoping at least one decent card from this, but it doesn't look like it's going to be there. But it's been really fun talking to you guys about these NFL just while I'm opening up these packs, because oh, there we go, my Mitchell. That's not a bad start to the pack opening at all. This pack opening anyway. Got medals there as well. What I pulled, he was not shaking and baking though, which was quite concerning. I thought the shake and bake was on, but obviously not. Got a goat fragment as well there. That was not bad at all. That wasn't terrible. But guys, what I'm quite enjoying about this at the moment is me kind of just getting to talk about NFL a little bit more. I know I don't know a massive amount, but yeah, kind of just nice to kind of, because I know these aren't going to be amazing pulls because I haven't got the Madden money to kind of put into this to buy all of the good packs. So it's a lot of stuff that I've just kind of earned and stuff, and we'll get there eventually. But hopefully, guys, you've kind of enjoyed that anyway. Let's have a quick look into my team. I think it's looking quite tasty. You've got Patterson there, Lynch, Montgomery. Yeah, it's not looking Tyreek Hill there as well. Palmer as QB. Long, it's not looking, you know, too shabby at all. So an 80 offense there overall, which isn't bad. Team still struggling to get that 80 overall though. Still at 79 at the moment. I think it's their special team that's letting me down. You've got the offense of 80, defense looking good as well. You've got that 87 Brandon Marshall there. Oh, looks sexual. The defense again looking strong, 81 overall. Look at it though. It's looking very good. Gabriel Press was there, 83, but that specials team just not looking too tasty at all, especially in that punt receiver there. Silver still at 60, not the best. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this one, don't forget to show your support by dropping a like on the video. I have been Just M1ke Plays, and I will speak to you legends soon.